the topic today is, would you drink with your child? Now, when I say drink, I mean as in alcoholic drinks. I'm not talking about Oros, Fanta, Sprite. No, I am talking about, and I'll tell you what triggered. I will tell you what triggered today's conversation. Now, I was with a cousin of mine. I was sitting down with a cousin of mine, and her daughter came in, so this is my cousin's house. So her daughter came in. Her daughter, she just finished matric last year. So the daughter is what, 19, 20? Yeah, somewhere there. So the daughter is in her 20s, and now, Rosette, I'm going to invite you, Sandra. There's no wrong, there is no right answer. We are just showing each other. Now, guys, at this age, I would never drink in front of my mom. I would never have a drink with my mother. No, I will not. But again, and that is the way we were raised up. If I have like a wine, I will even put it in a mug. And I think, again, as a token of respect, there is no way I can be walking around the house with it. Now, that is the setting. Right? Right. Now, I was having a conversation with my cousin. So her daughter came into the house. And her daughter was like a little bit, like tipsy, but not drunk, but tipsy. But you can tell when somebody's tipsy, So she came in, she greeted, and then she went into her bedroom. So me and my cousin, we were sitting down, just having our normal chat. And then my cousin goes on to say, do you know that I buy a bottle of vodka and I keep it in the house? Now, me knowing my cousin, she doesn't drink. And I'm like, why would you keep a bottle of vodka? Now, let's say the daughter is Nomsa. She says, because Nomsa drinks vodka. And I'm like, so you are buying alcohol for your daughter and keeping it in your house. Now, here is her defense. Listen to how she justified that. Now, she said, my daughter will drink in the house, will get up, make a glass of vodka and tonic, put some ice, sit down and watch TV. Now, my cousin said, Naledi, it's better atawe kamokatlu. I don't know. My question today is, would you sit down and have a glass of wine, a glass of vodka with your child? Would you even go to that extent where my cousin even bought a bottle of vodka in the house to keep for the dear daughter? Hey, let us hear. I have a request already. Oh, Tsepo is back. Greetings, Tsepo.
Hello, Asnadil Khujwang.
Monate fela.
All right. Sorry, first of all, I want to apologize in advance if I'm going to be controversial or anything. I know
Mamela Tsepo, as I said, there is no right, there is no wrong answer. We are bringing up children. We don't know. We are parenting. But it's good. I like the angle where you are saying, I apologize. Apology accepted.
Okay, Mama. Okay. There's a woman. She's a scholar. She's a psychiatrist. She passed away, unfortunately, recently. Dr. Frances Cress Welsing. Now I'm responding to your question, but I just want to give some background. And she says that if you don't understand the racism, white supremacy, then anything else you think you understand will only confuse you. Whether it's If you do not understand racism, white supremacy, everything else you think you understand will only confuse you. Now, she speaks about this thing. She's written a whole book, called the Cress. What is it called? Uh, anyway, her name is Dr. Frances Cress Welsing. People can Google. Anyway, she says that, listen, this thing is operating in your house, in your family, in your marriage. It's operating even between you and the children. And you might say that, hey, look, we have black people in this household. How does racism feature? I'll come to that. And then, but it's there. It's affecting you. It's affecting your marriage. It's affecting your children. How you parent. It's affecting you in the church. It's affecting you in the workplace. It's affecting you in your education. It's affecting you everywhere. Now, I want to respond to your question specifically now. Have you noticed, first of all, before we get to what your cousin goes through and what she does and all of that, but think about how available it is, Bujwala, when you are in the township where we predominantly live. And it's been made cheaper. It's cheaper to buy alcohol. And I drink alcohol, okay? I like whiskey. Now, here's the thing. What hit me was when I got out of the township and now live in a suburb, and you think, you know how hard it is to find alcohol, especially after hours? And it's been made expensive over here. But Hikiliko Alexander, in my own street, nje, in 11th Avenue, since I can count Ipoti Namatavene, maybe more than 10 just between John Brandt ne Selborne. Now think about that. And you would find that when it's Friday, a truck, yep, brewery, comes, it will toss out the entire truck in this one small shop. And and SAB posts their own stats where they sell more alcohol in Alexandra than anywhere else. And it's such a small township, and it's said to be the poorest. Now, why am I bringing all of this up? Look, there is a deliberate agenda to just make black people dysfunctional.
No.
And so,
Hold on, Seppo. Dysfunctional.
There's a deliberate intent and an agenda to make black people dysfunctional. Now, the worst thing about it is that this is happening under a black government. We understood they hate us. But now it's happening under a black government. If you go to my township on a Friday evening, I mean, you see kids, 14-year-olds, 16-year-olds, but let's go to bana bojwala.
So, Tshepo, would you sit with your daughter and have a glass of wine instead?
I would not even I only drink after hours when my daughter is asleep in bed.
How old is your daughter?
About 7 years so far.
Okay, it's understandable. It's understandable.
Yeah.
But you want to keep this culture until she is older. You are going to drink when she is sleeping.
No, to be very honest, I'm not even okay with the fact that I do drink. I'm trying to quit. To be very honest, I think as black people, we don't have the luxury ya go nwa bojwala. We are too far behind as a people. Yani bojwala, go tsuba, and all these ills. Yani we don't have that time.
Yeah.
And because if you ask me, look, I was married. Okay, I'm divorced now. I was married to a woman who's from East Africa. You know what's the funny thing? What she once said to me. So when we first came to South Africa, and then because Hokotiza and all of that stuff, so she had to come Afitleko Alexander and all of that stuff, and deal with my mom and all of that. Now here's the caveat about that. she saw the culture, the way Tenko Alexander, and she said to me, I don't understand, Mo Alexander. There's so much poverty, Mon. But people are drinking every day. What are they celebrating?
And
Now
where
think,
do they get the money?
think about it. Now this is a
Yeah,
person who's a foreign national, and now she's been culture shocked by this whole culture of just drunkenness.
correct.
And let's not forget, Jorge, Bujwala, it could be linked to even some of the abuses gone through, and even the GBVs and all of these things. Now, so you ask yourself, if it's such a bad thing and it can be linked to all of these crimes and the dysfunctionality in homes and things like that. Now, if you can say that, now, why would this black government, majority black government, allow this thing ya bujwala? And it's a real thing now that, in fact, they make our illegal our own bujwala ba rona ba setso, but they used to make it illegal. Even during COVID, they, came against it. Now think about it. But this one is being promoted. And it could be linked to even sicknesses and things like that. I mean, including even cigarettes.
Now, okay, let's just stick to alcohol, Tsepo. Maybe another day I might bring tobacco and stuff. I think Tsepo received a call. But valid points indeed there. Tsepo blowile a lot of uppercuts. But there's a point where I'm still stuck. I think I'm stuck at the point Motsepo Aring. I wait for my 7-year-old to go to bed and then I drink. What is the intelligence behind that?
Okay, look, first of all, I'm not proud of the fact that I drink.
Okay.
And then, all right. And then, second, I don't know, the thing is that also I started drinking late in my life.
Okay.
And it's very interesting how I got to start drinking alcohol. Now, the thing is that also alcohol for me has become a hobby because I actually make my own alcohol. Now, having said that, it was a thing of status, class, to become a connoisseur and all of those things and everything. But now, as I grow older, I realize that this thing has no profit and it's the most stupidest thing I've ever done. But, it's not easy to just drop it like that. But also, look, I would say that I do drink responsibly and I only drink weekends. I don't drink and drive and do none of those things. And I'm even in my household.
So Tsepo, if you understand, if I'm catching up on what you are saying, you are saying by the time your daughter is 10 or 12, you would have stopped drinking.
Definitely, it's not something that should be encouraged in the household.
I think that's why you are going around the question where I'm saying, what is the relevance that you are drinking when she is sleeping? Because Tsepo point yang huyona is she knows you are drinking, right?
I guess she does because I do buy it. I get the grocery and things like that, or they can drink a yetsa and all of
I
that.
am telling you that she knows.
Yeah.
Especially being a 7-year-old. Gili 2000 and Mang, Gili 2000. She knows Papa at this time. Once I go giddy, Papa goes, gets a glass, sit down, put some ice. I enjoy a journey walk. She knows. Now let's go past that. I fit the so that we can go forward.
Sure.
Yeah. So now, what I'm saying is that she knows, and she knows this is going down. And remember what we are doing in our houses, Tsepo. Our children take that as normality.
True.
If Naledi and Tabo, we sleep in 2 different beds, really bad. That is normality to my son.
Sure.
One day when my son gets married, one day when my son gets married, he is going to do what was done, Kokwabon. Because my mom used to sleep on the couch and my dad in the bed. Now, what we do in our houses, it becomes normality to our children. Now, do you agree,
So
Abuti Sepo, so that we can move?
no, I agree. I
Okay,
agree.
cool. Now, back to the topic. Would you drink with your child for the sake of
I would.
at least she is not doing it outside, but she is doing it with me?
No, no, no. I would not. I would not. I mean, it's look. At the end of the day, we're still African people and things like that. Even to this day, I mean, like I said, I do drink. You know, even Lynn, I can't drink in front of my mom.
Yeah. Which is something that Nalitsepo we can relate to. Nalu, and I think when it comes to that, and I think it's our upbringing as well. There is no way
Yeah,
I can say to my mom, "Count wine." There is no way.
yeah, yeah. Absolutely, absolutely. So I would not. I would. Yeah. To be honest, as a people, now my approach to this thing is that I think it's got a political element to it, and it's institutionalized. Botahwa is institutionalized, within us as a people, and I think it's just one thing that imagine how productive we will be. But the thing is that also think about it. Don't you think it's prudent on the part of the government to allow us to be drunk like this and everything? Because when people remember when it was COVID, most of the revolts started around COVID throughout the world because people were sitting at home. There was no alcohol and everything as people started thinking. So maybe it's also another attempt by those who are ruling us, the ruling class, to say that maybe let's just allow this situation because when a significant mass of the people is constantly drunk or constantly doing these insignificant things, then they're not resisting us, to carry out our agendas. Now I think honestly, it's not just because black people choose alcohol. I think it's made that way. That because, like I'm telling you, where I live now, if I want alcohol, I have to buy it early, and it's expensive. And sometimes I would drive to Alex and say, "Oh, fellas, I would drive to Alex and say, "I really reka bojwala ko kasi because ko kasi go cheap anyway." And it would take 24/7.
I hear you. Tsepo, I hear you. Let's allow Speedfire Litulani to come in. Tulani, long time, hey? Speedfire, greetings, my brother. What's about today? I'm so happy the panel is full of men. Wow, what a wow. I think they can relate.
Dumelang le kae?
Sharp.
Sharp. Nna I'm not gonna be long mo ko panel. But question e o e botsisang e interesting. And of which ke kopa ho e araba na question straight. Na yes. Na I drink with my kids.
How many
And
kids,
I think
Speedfire, please give us the age group.
okay, e re ke qale so. I remember ngwana kwa ngwanyana, she was 14 years old. So o bona re thabile ko ntlong hwa newa and she was like, "Papa, can I have something?" And then ka realize or no, o tlo rata strata. And she's still young. Ka re, okay, daughter, ke a situation. By the time o qeta matric ya hao, or ke tswile ko matric, I promise you, o tlo nwa le nna.
Okay.
Then I qeta matric without hore yena a nghopotse, and I was the one who was like, "Thanks, girl." Because na matriculate last of last year. I like, "Thanks, girl, ke a leboha, o matriculate-ile, wa e hopola promise ya ka." O ilebetse lo e lebala, e out le ko minding ya hae. I was like, "Keng, ka rang ke tla ka o tshepiso na le 14 ka re o tla nwa le nna." Are yes, the only reason no ke tlo nwa le wena, nna I'm the one tshwantseng ko bontsha hore lefatshe le cruel. If a ke nwe le wena, you'll go out. O yo nwa le ditšhomi tsa hao and then o meet maybe thaka tsaka kwa kontle kwa. Then you do this. And e hai too, if hape nna ke nwa le wena, o ka ntella hape wena self. O re nna ka kgona nwa le ntate wa ka, nka hlola ke eng o lo nwa le ntate wa motho o mong. But ka mbotsa straight ka no choice ke ya hao. Haeba o ntlo bona hore se nna ko fang sona ka mo ko ntlong a seo enough for wena, you'll go outside. But if wena o bona gore se ko fang sona ka mo ko ntlong e se right wa se kgotsofalla, I guess nna le wena se really the best friends forever. Now o ko reze o na le gore ha boya a mpotse a re wa tseba tšhomo tsa ka ne di re yona ke re, and then a re nona ba jotsa straight gore ko ntlong I do it with my dad. Yeah, ayingichaze this thing. You guys can go out, but even ona lo mfonela ka video call papa ke one abayo ba tsamaya, okay ha ska wara wena dikola di kwala re tlo cover score. Like for now I would say in sebeleditse to advantage yaka whereby ngwana ka a rate strata a rate groove a rate nixie and le gona lo botsa ditšhomo tsa hae gore I will do it with my dad, then that's it, hoping and wishing gore le ena ka ipasa to the next coming generation. Nna ho ya ka nna ko wa ka ngwana ke a wish gore le ena ka ipasa to the next coming generation ya ditlogolo le ditlogolwana tsaka gore rona mo kontlong, yes, we can drink le batswadi ba rona ho be mnate, re maintain a level of respect, then forget about ditshila tsa ko lefatsheng. Ke kopa o ema moo.
So Spitfire, you said my children. So how many children? I'm trying to understand your setting so that Kitlo Butsa the next question.
Ke na le bana ba 4. Last born yaka e na le 11 years ke moshemane.
So you drink with the 3 girls?
No, ngwanyana o 1 bashemane ba 3. Yes, so ena na e bona from kobo abuti ba hae this thing.
Oh, I see. I see.
And even now, one of the brothers side o teng mo kontlong. La nka mbitsa, like they don't even call me dad or ka lebitso, they just call me sir. Yes sir, yes sir. Then ba right man for na bana respect akupuli ba re kuze DJ banibani sifuna ukuya lapho or kai dancer. No, like ba kenela ko garage ba iketsa ntho tse ba iketsetsang tsona, I join them, I chat le bona, then if ke bona or let me accommodate them, ke ba accommodate. If you feel alright, I'm tired, they understand.
So if when Spitfire girl understand, utlisa party at home, you are bringing the party at home.
Yes.
Okay. Tulani, greetings, my brother. How are you? Thank you for sharing Abuti Spitfire. Tulani, greetings.
Good day, how are you, Lady?
Monander.
I'm good. Okay, Lady, just to share about my side specifically. Na ko gae, we are spiritual people, definitely. But we definitely have those times in which we got to used to them specifically. And re thomile ka di juicy re sa le ba banyane okay, but ba bagolo ba nwa ntho itse rona re nwa juice. But when we got to 21, we knew the transition, or okay, now I'm going to drink a certain number of things. And it's not like it's enforced on you specifically. For example, my mother, I can drink with my mother today. And it's not that thing I can norm go high because Maka example tuna and Gamono, she drinks occasionally when there's an event, when there's something. So whatever example I took myself is from her specifically. As you said, it's an influence from a parent to a child specifically. So in regards to the nature, because Lerona we differ. Go high, but we differ. My brother drinks a lot, and those norms, those norms actually we create because we have an evolving world. We have a technological world whereby you cannot control every space. Because my brother started as specifically, and he was drinking a lot. Surprised, okay. And such, and it was because Nali enforced go high. And after time, she learned, okay, this actually happens. You cannot control one like this, like the old norms specifically to say you cannot do this and that. because of an evolving world.
Tulani, Eric would say one question from what you have
Yes.
laid already, and sorry to cut you. It's because
Yes.
how Tola Pele ke batla ho understand. Now you were saying your mom drinks occasionally, and yeah, how
Yes.
na party and wawa. So what I want to ask now, if she didn't drink, then you guys wouldn't have the influence.
Not specifically, because let me just say that now I took example from her, and I learned from her.
Yeah, which also brings my
My
question.
brother,
If
my
she
brother did not
didn't
learn
drink,
from her. My brother, yes,
Wantola Tulani, did
no,
you?
yes, I do understand. I do
So
understand you,
if
but
she didn't
the
drink,
normative is about this. Yes. So even if she did not drink, but outside I could have gotten the same examples whereby we look at other influences if I allowed them specifically. I'm just saying so. Because the Rona our spaces from school to whatnot, there are teachers that drink. There's so much happening in this evolving world specifically, which parents do not know about. And there are spaces in which I've seen, oh, okay, there's a loophole here, and a parent is not there 24/7 specifically. So to control a child, or okay, this will not have or this cannot happen, it's no longer there because there's no face-to-face specifically interaction nowadays. Ha ke re mama ka WhatsApp, ke re mama ka Facebook, or ke re mama ka something. So there's no that interaction. Mara if you embed a trust ya hore ngwanaka, I trust you specifically. Ngwana o tlo tshepa, okay, even though maka asane, mara wa ntshepa hore le nna ka sene. Or even though maka wa nwa hanyane occasionally, one specifically, okay, I'll drink limitedly.
so how come Mamesina Tulan, you are saying even if there is alcohol in the house or there is no alcohol in the house, the child will still
Yes.
get influenced.
Yes.
Pashasha, I hear you. Loud and clear. Rosette, greetings, my sister. People,
everyone. You ausna lady upila bya. Okay, ausna lady nane I'm a young mom. Kikrile ngwana ka kisale ko high school ne.
yeah.
And then no o ka ha re tsama re mole o ka re dichomi. So hore ke nwe lena alcohol ne. Ke mo startile ka 18 ka offera le I was testing waters.
Rosette,
Ka
hold on. Did I miss something? When you introduced alcohol to your daughter?
Yes, like I said, I was testing waters for one or not. Ne ka 18 years, I offered. Ke rekile botlolo ke a tshela mo le ke re do you want a glass? I don't know. Why
Was
is it
it bottle in?
wine, only wine. I bought a bottle of wine. Ke re do you want some? I don't know. Why would you offer me alcohol? It's not like yeah, but okay. So only this year, not even this year, late last year. Kamu offer ne are okay, yeah, a glass Kar okay, and lo hana ne ke testa the water sorry one or
You are offering a child who is how old?
she's 21 this year.
Okay.
She's 21 this year, so I was just testing water sorry wa fitlo ra fitli na only last year like about December, and then she said okay, I'll have a glass. Are okay, and lo hana ne ke nyaka bona hore if one o tlhapela bokanang kana motho o ke
What's
mmone
the
nna.
I want to clap for that point. You know why?
Yes.
While she is under your roof, let me see how much she can take. Let me see what she does after she takes alcohol. That's why I point out,
So I can manage a moruno kagi 1 glass. Half a zone 1 glass we lo namela mpeto. So it's not like Renwa every weekend. It's an occasional drinking. Ne? Like le mabane, I just decided to buy a bottle. Ke tshetse ka nwa ka mo offer, ke tshetse ka nwa ka e beya ko fridging. She didn't even ask. I didn't offer. E ntse ko fridging the way it is. So I think she only drinks with me when I offer. Fela. Ne? And yana alcohol weeks months ko fridging ke butse maybe ka nwa glass ka e beya mola. She won't touch it.
But Rosette, let me ask this question. What guarantee do you have that she doesn't drink outside?
I don't have any guarantees. One day utswile ne le chomi ba re ba tswa outing. And then ka mo lebella ka bona rawa, this one is not my kid. Okay, meeting. God, how many did you have? Are ish renuledi brutal ga re shem ka o bona. And then she went straight to bed. I know what she's drinking. That's why ke mo testa ka mo ntlong. Ke bona gore wa nwa.
Rosette, thank you for sharing that. And what's about while Rosette was talking, ne? Ho na le another point e ke batlang ho e nka before e ke batlang ho e tjho before Koja. As a Black society, I don't think we have enough knowledge, yeah, alcohol. Allow me to finish. How sheba white families, whenever they are having lunch or dinner, there is always a glass of wine at the table. Now, when it comes to a Black society, jwala re bo bona ka Christmas. And we see alcohol in a way that is not supposed to be portrayed. Now, let me engage you. Like when you look at wine, you are not supposed to be drunk from wine. The people who invented wine, the aim was not for Rosette to be drunk. How shebile amarula? Guys, I worked in hospitality. That's how I have the knowledge. Now, how shebile amarula is an aperitif, meaning it's something that you take before a meal. Ke something eleng hore e tlo bula appetite. Mara you find Nomsa wa ko Tembisa atahilwe ke Baileys, atahilwe ke amarula. So this is the point that I want to get to, hore. Do we have a knowledge ya hore? Do we know how to use this tool effectively? You will never see lekgowa le tahilwe le thekesela in the streets of Sandton. Now that is the point I'm driving. Even looking at Hennessy is a beautiful cognac. Beautiful, amazing indeed. Mara, somebody will go into a bar and say, Kikupa cognac with Coke. That is an insult to someone who has made that Hennessy. Okay, let me shut my knowledge. Greetings, welcome.
Hey Ma, how are you? Azzy, the saw on the side really had me thinking if you as a parent are not exposing this thing, when they go outside, how is it gonna be? That's like the main question that's running in my mind right now is that if you are not laying down the rules and regulation of this whole thing, how is it gonna be when they're exposed outside? It's gonna be worse than what you had thought it's gonna be. It's gonna be worse because now they are exposed to a lot of dangerous things. They're exposed to a lot of friends. They're exposed to a lot of peer pressure. They're exposed to a lot of I wanna belong.
So hold on,
Thing.
Pali. Let me see if I understand you. You are saying even now, as I have Pali as my child, and I introduce alcohol to you, When you
Yes.
go outside, it's going to be even worse.
No, I am saying that if you are not exposing it to me and laying down the rules and regulations of it, right? When I go outside, I mean, in every single friend group, kunalolo phaphago nje, you know, they will expose me to this thing. It's not gonna, they don't have the rules and regulation towards it. They just drinking because it's fun. And sometimes maybe I may not be drinking, but I may have friends who are drinking, and when I go chill with them, it's like, oh, shimani lona, aganati, holy and all those other stuff. But because you're trying to get out of that scenario, you will start drinking also, and you don't even know the rules and regulations towards it. It's gonna be worse. It's gonna be
I
worse because
get you.
now
But
you're
I
going
think I'm
to.
following now. You are saying,
Yes.
as parents, we should lay down the advantages and disadvantages before you go
Exactly.
out.
Exactly. Because then when you go Because then when you meet friends, I'm telling you, Osna lady, ne, I am a 2000, and I know how it feels like to be in a room of people who do things that are opposite from your things. Do you understand? And wanting to fit in, and wanting. I've been to that stage of wanting to fit in. Oh, everyone is drinking. I also feel like drinking. Oh, everyone is doing this. Oh, I also want to look cool in front of my friends. Then you start uh, going into things that you weren't even supposed to go through from the first place. You weren't supposed to even start doing those things because why? You want to fit in. You want a place outside of home. Getting your mom loves you and all those other stuff. Sometimes it's enough. Sometimes for a kid, it's not enough. Unfortunately, they have to see what outside has to say. Do you understand? So I would say that introduce your child. Tell them the advantages and disadvantages. If possible, that's by own willing. If you are willing to say, okay, here's a class, like Miss Rosette was saying, here's a class, I want to see how your behavior is when you are in this whole thing. Do you understand? It becomes a different thing because now akasa papi.
Now,
They
Pali,
don't, they're
I
not
have a question
excited.
for you. I have a question for you. What
Yes, ma.
if Mama Naledi and Daddy Tabo, they don't drink? How do
Yes, ma.
I introduce a thing I don't know to you?
Okay, that's unfortunate because I've never been to a family that my family drinks. I grew up with alcohol. My mom laid the rules down, everything. She said everything that was
No, but
in it.
let's think
But I
about the
think
child
if
who is
if that
coming
child,
from.
if it's like that, I would say that try your level best to for you as a parent to know, and so that you can explain it to your kid, right?
Okay.
Or get someone who does drink. I mean, it's not rare that you will find a couple that only chills with people who don't drink. Somewhere along the line, you chill with people
Okay.
who drink,
So it can be
and
a
you
neighbor,
can.
it can be an uncle, it can be a
Yes,
aunt.
try to a little bit um laying down the regulation, because I say you don't drink and you don't understand what happens in the alcohol world, and you can easily ask a person who does understand, who has a stable foundation of what happens and what doesn't happen. You understand? And they can explain to that person. But if you're going to say that you cannot introduce alcohol to your child because of this and that and this and that, then you're going to have a big problem, because one day they will sneak out and go and get that alcohol outside. Then they come back, and then it's an issue. And then it's, why are you drinking? Now you're hitting them. Did you know that when you hit a child who's drunk, they can't even, there's nothing that's fathoming inside their head. There's nothing that's clicking inside their head. It's best if you maybe let them rest it out and then you speak to them tomorrow. But if when you're gonna say, no, I'm not gonna introduce my child to alcohol, I'm not gonna do this because this and that and all those stuff, where are they supposed to get the information? They're gonna get the information at the wrong places. And I tell you, the streets does everything that is good is wrong at the streets, and everything that is bad is good, right? As for home, it's different. Good is good, bad is bad.
Hi, Marama 2000 at this. They are on fire. Hey, DK, thank you, Bali. That was fire. That was Bona. DK, greetings.
Greetings, how are you?
Monande.
I'm okay. I don't see anything wrong for a parent to drink Lungana High. I mean,
No, but
yes,
hold
it's
on,
what
DK. How do you get to that level? That now say really comfortable. Mama bula 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 savannah say formal. How do I'm not saying it's wrong, but I'm saying how do you get to that level?
you know, Osna lady, there has to be a boundary. Ngwana ka ka sere go nna a re bula savana tse 4 mama. Even if ke kgona ho nwa le yena. Do you understand? I remember the first time I drink alcohol. I love sparkling, I love wine, but I drink occasionally. So I remember he not make rugby, the final yeah, rugby. I had 2 cans of JC, come of fridging, and Karuma, my son, who I would say that can for me, so that he. Then he said to me, "Ke kopa A1."
How?
It's like he was testing me. You know, got that voice here, I'm joking. You know, every can go and take it. And then he was like, "Oh, serious? Kamiti. Can mama, oh, serious? Sure. I'm serious. Go and take it." Then about Samaya, and he was so excited, Osnaland. He was so excited because the reason I did know who one. Wa mmona ha tsena mo ntlong gore o bjang. Wa mo itse. There's no way gore somebody a ka kgona ho recognize behavior ya ngwana hao wena as a parent. O kry motho ha nna ke sa itse gore ngwana ka nano. O motsadi go bjang ha observant. Observe ngwana every time, observe ngwana. So if ngwana anwa, you don't mourn as a parent gore o ngwana wana. So for me, I don't see it for regularly. In there, something saying no, you know, every day. Sometimes, like I said, I surprised him. He knew who Mama Kichobolo. She won't do that. She won't allow me to have alcohol with her. But I did that day. It was a surprise, and he was so excited. But he knows what if kunale a bottle of wine, kunale a bottle of cans, come on too. He won't even touch it because he knows what kids are mama. They are not mine. And he won't even ask unless I jokingly like he did. So it's more like talking about sex. Lebana Osna lady. Whether ngwana o bolelena sex, if they want to have sex, they will have sex. Whether ngwana you drink in front of them, they will drink. Whether you drink with them or not, they are still going to drink. Finally, they go to school, they have friends. So as a person, as a renari, we are too much judgmental. If something doesn't work for you, that doesn't make somebody or some wrong. Hey, when that's right for one, then it's fine. Congratulations. And if nothing better to drink with my son, then congratulations to me. Leave me. But the most important part is there has to be a boundary. This is my mom. This is my father. I am the child. There's mama. Different taking mama papa. Different taking so our kids, I don't know whether alcohol they will drink, they will have sex, whether they will have everything, they will enjoy life, whether you like it or not.
Bona DK. Mamali 2K right there. Guys, after Pali and DK, this is what I want to add. As much as we are raising AMA 2000, social media is raising our children. Social media is 10 steps ahead of us. Social media, wabona Pali right now, she can tell me, hore, ausna lady, that is not wine. Ausna lady, that is not vodka. But, nna ke le mama hae ha ka mo jwetsa. These children, they have access already. Ma 2000, anale access already. These children, they are 5 steps ahead of us. Parents, whether you want to hear this or not, these children, before ore inke mo fridging, wa bona DK, the moment are inke mo fridging, sa inwele ngwana o, wa itseba. They even know what is the taste of that. What does it taste like? It's red in color, it's white. They know. But where I am coming in as a parent, Yama 2000, we need to be smarter and engage them before they engage us. Whether ke ho na le something I chilong DK, whether ho na le alcohol montlo or there is no alcohol in the house, this child is going to know about alcohol. Uyatanda or awuthandi. Baki, greetings Lala. But Baki, before I take you, let me check if Rosette, there is something she wants to say, and then I can open up the space. Rosette, are you still there?
I'm still here, Ausna lady. Negiri, I'm not trying to justify whether it's right or it's wrong, to drink with your kids. What I'm saying, Kuru, whether we offer them or we don't offer them, habonyaka, already means about obukreya. You understand? Neginya ko itlaleletsa ona mo. Sharp.
Baki, greetings.
Hi, ladies.
Hey. Oh, so really the ladies, what happened to the men? They vanished.
Oh, I didn't see- okay. So I'm just going to tell you about a little bit of experience that we have at home now. So my younger sister, actually 2000, ne? So you know what my mom, after I spoke to mom, I said, Mom, hopola hore wena o hodisitse yang, and you negate certain things and home sharper and what. Unfortunately, or fortunately, I came out good. Ka o go tshaba. But now life is no longer the way it is. So I think it's better we start to address certain things with my younger sister.
So when I Baki only 90.
Yes.
Okay.
So now I think my mom started talking to my aunts and whatever. So the other time, my mom said to my younger sister, Are, you know what? I want you to come more highly. All people that you chill with are just going to have a party. People that you chill with, itlale bona mo high. And my younger sister's like, "Ke party ya eng?" It's like, no, just come. We're just gonna make you a party, hoba monate, and. So now when they come, sharp, ba tla le batho ba chila le bona different is high. My mom started to have like a sort of a talk with these girls and boys. Abarare, guys, you know what? The reason why ke biditse ke the party, it's not like game wins, it's a party, but I wanted to see ditšhomi tsa ngwanake. Hore bona hana le bona ba behavior yang, because now I can talk to you and then I know I had my mom, but hale outside with this friend I don't know how to behave yang. So then from there, that's when my mom, because at that time my mom bought alcohol. My younger sister is like 22 now. My mom bought alcohol for bona and they drank. I started to see behavior I didn't know about my younger sister, these girls. So, and from there, my mom asked Baholo Baba, because they are on the same area, nyana so. Hore, okay, guys, ke kopa hore ba tlo robala mona. A buile le baholo ba bona. It was like 4 girls and 2 boys.
So it was like kind of pajama party, so.
Yes, ba tlo robala mona and yo, bana ba betsa dilo. The way
Give
ba
her
tla hang ka
2000.
teng. Bana ba betsa dilo tse leng gore you will be shocked as a parent. And Elena, as much as I was doing things in the 90s, like no, I wouldn't go that far.
Yeah.
The things they talk about, you
Yeah.
will be shocked to what oh no, I slept with that guy. Oh, like, eh. And that's when my mom
And
started.
Bagi, can I add something while you are talking about that?
Yeah.
Ke motlholo if ba ka se batle hardly. Ba re ho batleha something hardly here. Guys, your children are smoking hardly.
Mm.
Let me break it to you right now. Bana ba lona ba tsuba hardly. There was a lady here on TikTok I was watching. Sorry, Paki, I'm gonna let you continue, my love.
No problem, no problem.
There was a lady on TikTok, ne? Liana Ayense, something that Paki is talking about. The children were chilling with the children of the children. They were sitting hunale hardly. The mother, just to hore afite in arimoba naba. Hey guys, let me just take one. Irike donza fela hanyan. Ai. DK are sniff. DK ha fihla ko tlong a re, "Ai man, why ke bona boroto? Why am I seeing snakes? What is going on?" Bana ba kentse weed more habli. So when how nahana hore you are a parent and your child is not smoking hardly in your house, let me break it down for you. They are smoking hardly outside. And by Kenyang, by bona pali aring, sheba comment ya pali.
Mm.
If you think your child is not doing it in your house, let me break it down for you. And ha fihla ko ntle, o tlo ithola ina le concussion. Hey, mme o a re ha ke kena mo kitchen. Hi man, ke ha ke bona the sky is the ground is the sky. Things were happening. Ba dutse bona ko garage ba ntse ba re yo until they know with that story I want to say, if you think your child is not doing it, they are doing it. Bagi, please continue, my love. Sorry to cut you.
No, so now, recently there was an event in Lahore. After that, so they started to bana too close to my mom. So habana the problems. These friends are my younger sister. Habana di. So my mom was like open to them because my mom was a nurse. So now Baba open to Anna. Okay. So recently there was this another lady my younger sister's friend. She wanted to commit suicide. But go high because ho ba ke thobolo, aka se bue aka se reng. So atla ko mme wa ka molella hore boyfriend e mo cheatetse what ditori tsa bana ya so my mom had to, so I said first attempt na sanole dipilisi tsa high blood tsa ha mme wa ha a box ya dipilisi and then a tlhakatlhakana ya sepetlele mme ha a omana a bua and then mama a morara a tle go robala ko hae and then ba bue. So ngwanola ha bua ne you could see gore there's quite a lot o na le STI.
Yo.
Yeah. O na le STI. Like now is going through the process ya horeng o like mama o tsamaya, but ha khone bua le mama hae about these things. So that's when my mom said to me, sometimes you need to be very open le bana ba hao to a point hore ba kgone go ba their best friends. Hore even something happened to them, ba kgone go tla ko wena. And then abitsa like these parents hore guys, let's try to be more bana ba sa tshwana le ba ma 90 ba ile hore ha o mo tupa o tlo utlwa hore what is what. So I do agree with you, I think parents need to be more open le bana.
Correct. Thank you, Bagi. Greetings. And guys, our children are exposed to these things. Badly. He knows. But what Bali is saying, they need to be guided. You need to tell them the dangers. Habli is 100 times more than a cigarette. Your child has already that thing. Yeah, happy. It's like utsuba di cigarette say 10. Kana one. Guys, I'm in the Middle East. Hardly, it started here. The origin, ibilemo ibizwa shisha. There is a shisha market. There is a shisha cafes. The Arabs go in there and enjoy their shisha. But the way that shisha has come to South Africa, it's not the same. But I want to tell you about the origin, ya shisha. It started here. And anyone who is doing shisha here, they are not doing cigarettes. It's not like you are smoking cigarette or smoke kali shisha. No. Does it have flavors? Yes. It comes in apple, peach, mint, and that is what is attracting AMA 2000. Those mint, apple, peach flavors, they think they are not smoking. Shisha is hardly bubbly. Jane, please come in.
Good afternoon. I just wanted to say thank you for coming up with this topic. It's very tense for me. Question is, would you have an alcoholic drink with your child? Mina, I have already decided that I am going to do it. But my aim is to do it in such a way that I don't get drunk.
Okay, hold on. So you are bringing the child, but you want to make sure you don't get drunk more than the child.
Not to say I don't want to get drunk more than the child. I'm saying I will aim to definitely not get drunk. I will limit it to being, what's the word? Tipsy. Yes.
And why?
Because I think that alcohol doesn't really have a purpose but to help you let your guard down just a little bit.
Okay, Jane, Eriki
And if you're
understand
drunk,
Oring. So Pali is your child, ne?
mhm,
You are teaching Pali about the advantages and disadvantages of alcohol. On that
yes,
night, you have a bottle of wine on the table.
yes.
But you are saying, me as a parent, I want to restrict myself. And my question is why? And hold on, Jane. Why? As much as you want Pali to be herself, why don't you be yourself?
I don't understand that question, but anyway, let me re-explain what I was saying. The question is that would you drink with your child? And I said, yes, I would definitely drink with my child, but being careful to monitor the volume that I'm taking and the percentage of the alcohol. I want to make sure that when I do drink, I do not get drunk because I personally believe that the main function of alcohol is for people to let their guard down for a short period of time. So, if you are going to have large volumes of alcohol or a large percentage of alcohol, it can control how guarded you are. Like, so the more you take, the less guarded you'll be. And the small you take, you will still have your guard defenses on, but in a limited way.
I think we are on the same page, Jane. I hear you. I hear you are talking about that phase where you are just doing an intro.
Yes.
So you are saying me as the parent, I will not take a lot because Hakibatu will lose a Jane in the process.
No, I want to represent Hore. When you take alcohol, you can take it, but limit it.
Oh.
I don't want to influence people to get drunk. That's what
I
I'm
got you.
against.
I got you. I got you now. Now that you rectified it.
So if my kids are going to take alcohol and become drunk, it's not going to be something that they saw coming from me.
Yeah.
They saw it wherever they were, and sometimes we are not in full control of the experiences that our children will have. So the one control that I want to have is during dinner time, and we're having wine or savannah or whatever, but we're having it in limited amounts.
Yeah, I hear you. And I agree.
So Jane, can I ask something?
Yes.
Jane, let's say your kid come now drunk. He or she is drunk. He's here and he's drunk, and they didn't see this from you. What are you gonna do?
I don't have a choice but to wait for them to be sober and verbally let them know that I did not like the fact that you came in drunk, and I'm 100% sure that it's not something that you've learned from me.
Yeah, I hear you.
And I will also explain, Guti, what I believe the function of alcohol is. And I will tell them that if you want to let your guard down to that extent, please know that you will physically be in danger.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Paki, you were answered, ne? And Jane, that was a good angle indeed. And I want to add on what Jane said. Remember, by me introducing wine to offense, I'm not saying be a drunkard. I
Yes.
told me more because by swearing offside. Now I'm saying go out and do it. These children are going to do it anyway. It's like you as a parent. I remember I once had this conversation with a group of colleagues, and I said, how about being that parent that goes into your son's room and you drop condoms? They are doing it anyway. Believe me when I tell you, they are already humping each other, these children. Now, I remember when we spoke about that with a group of colleagues, it was like, but you are promoting it. You are saying, my son, when you do it, at least be protected. Anyway, that will be a topic for another day. Jane, are
Yeah.
you done? Then I take Mampanza.
Yes. And while you are preparing that topic, I think it also has something to do with how many parents are now bringing their girl children to the clinics for contraceptives. Thank you. That's all I had to say. Bye bye.
Hey, yeah, Jane. Jane, should I combine that one with the condom? The condom and contraceptives. Yeah, I think I should make it a joint.
Yes. Because I think the boy child usually gets the condom, but then
Yeah.
the girl, it's
Yeah.
the
Yes.
injections and the pills.
Yeah, I get it. So let us make it a mixture, Hore. How do you, and how do we introduce these things to them? And another thing, guys, as much as we are introducing these things to them, they know already. Mara, you as a parent, you are correcting. Because hona jwanong hanka re pali we kenya jwang condom, wa yenka fela pali we ntsha mo plasticing ra. But you as a parent guide this child. It's like this, it's like that. But need a fella guidance. Even though they are saying, I know, they need our guidance. Because one day, hapali atlamonna, ari mama, ilahlekile condom. I'm gonna ask the question. Didn't I teach you how to roll it down? Now, if you didn't teach your child, guys, you can even take a broom. Wabona sticks a broom. Umonke pali urifaga, ifagela. Itin bon guti wenza right. Because guys, these children are coming to us and telling us, Mama, I don't know, show them the broom and say, I was here teaching you how to put it on. These children, they know, but the information is not guided. And that is where we come in as parents. Jane, thank you for that topic. It's going to be contraceptives and condoms for our little ones. Mampanza, greetings. Greetings, woman of God.
Greetings, everyone. I will not say whether parents should or should not introduce their kids to alcohol. But this example, I will say, I think it may explain everything. Do you know that we have two TikToks here? We have the one from, I don't know whether it's from Chinese, but it is called Douyin, where it is all about studying technology, engineering, astronauts, and what's not. everybody who engages on the TikTok, they are not allowed to dance and show off their bums and twerk and do all those things. And you're also not allowed to be on that TikTok for more than 40 minutes, which means whatever that you do, they block you there because it's not allowed. That is why at times they block your lives, because now you are tapping into what Douyin is doing. They do not want
Oh yeah, yeah.
um, they do not want those lives that will basically open the eyes of certain people because they want to keep us somewhere. That is why certain lives will be closed. So when research was made in our TikTok that we use, where everybody's twerking and doing what's not, when the kids were asked, or when people were asked on this app, what is it that they want to be when they grow up, the research came out and it said most of the people here, they said they want to be influencers. No education, no school, just twerking to make money. And when they went to Douyin, they found out that the kids there, most of them, they said they want to be astronauts. You can ask yourself, why do we have two TikToks but with different answers? You said a wonderful point, Ausna Lady, when you were saying we are not educated enough with alcohol. We tend to introduce the substances at times without knowing why are we even doing that. Because when you look at other races, when they introduce the kids, they will tell the kids that this is a glass of wine. One sip will do something in your body. You cannot take this Merlot or this Charlotte or this whatever sparkling wine without eating, maybe eating it with a steak, or they will make an example like that. They will tell you if you take this kind of wine, it goes together with the steak. So they are able to study alcohol and also study the body of a child and also study also what it will do in a child. We as Black people, we do not even know the blood types that we have. There are people who are able to receive more alcohol in their bodies.
Very
They
pointed.
they are able to receive alcohol more than the other. You would find that I started alcohol maybe in 1976. Me and my brother, let me make an example. But you'd find that the way my body is taking the alcohol is not the same because our blood type is not the same. Same way as when we eat, I may eat 4 slices of bread and you may eat the very same thing, Ausnalet, but you'd find that my body is able to say thank you more to the food than the one that you are having. So educating ourselves and also knowing what you are putting inside the child is also important. 2, also understanding the personality now of the person you are introducing this alcohol to. Because there are kids, spiritually, physically, emotionally, who are weak. When you introduce them into this, they may end up taking it too far. I used to have a friend in the early 2010. Her parents used to boil marijuana because I do not know why were they doing so. But as she grew up, she saw this habit that it's not bad. But then she took it too far. She smoked. She smoked like a chimney, that one. Whenever you Victoria would smoke. And when you ask her, she will say, no, but sorry back. But then, But her parents did not tell her to smoke it like that. They just drank it. So also understanding, because the child that you are introducing alcohol unto, it's not the child that you met at your elder age or when she is older. You know her weaknesses. You know his weaknesses. You know when you give her something, what does she do? You know how greedy she is, because there are children who are greedy outside. When you give them a glass of water, they want the whole bottle. So when you introduce such child to alcohol, you are telling her that, or him, that when I give you a bottle or a glass, there is a possibility that you may want the whole bottle because that is your personality. So we usually, as Black people, we are not studying what we are giving to kids. We are also not studying how our children are, because whatever usually we expose our kids unto, the children will build upon that. If you want your child maybe to be a farm, maybe the child will begin from that and say, I love farming. This is what I saw my parents doing. When you look at all these farms, even in the surrounding of any other farms, it is generational because it was introduced to them from a young age, which means we must study. We must know what we are introducing. And also the motive also is so important, because some of the parents, when they drink because of the bad reasons that happened to them, of their traumatic experiences that they had to go through. So now when the children, because these children of today, when maybe they will ask you, why are you drinking? If really your child can ask you, mama, why are you drinking, would you have an answer for that? Why you have started drinking? So there are so many things that we need to look into, your motive of also drinking. And we have so many drunk and driving, because so many people who were immature spiritually were introduced into something that they were not even ready for. Because the foundation of it all, you must teach somebody to be responsible before teaching them even the alcohol or telling them or drinking with them. But there must be stages before you introduce anything that can either build or destroy their lives, because it's between the two. The truth of the matter is it can either go either way. But then if it goes either way, do not let your child to blame you because you have introduced him or her to something that has destroyed his future. So that is what I wanted to say. Thank you.
Mampanza, that was so profound indeed, my sister, loud and clear. And the point that I liked, and which maybe one day I will make it a topic. Do we really know what we are consuming? Did we even go into the history of how was wine made? And like I said, when white people are having wine on their dinner table, there is always a glass of water. Mara wena nomsa from Tembisa, you don't hydrate while you are having this alcohol. That's why sometimes you see a lot of nomsa, banali puza face. And Chantel doesn't have a puza face. Am I right, Baki? Pepela, these days the truth is painful. How jwetsa nomsa hore nomsa you have a puza face because you don't hydrate. And Chantel was taught at home, like what Mampanza said, while you are having your steak, the red wine, the mellow, will complement your steak. And while you are at it, ma'am, can I pour you a glass of water? Because alcohol is going to hydrate you. It's going to, it'll monga, utloba a grape. That's why there's an example that I made. I said, "Okasiboni lekgowa le thekesela." Because white people, they even know they are tolerant. The moment naledi aikutlwa hore o tipsy, ai Tshepo, gcwalisa itafule. Tshepo, gcwalisa itafule. That is not the aim. And what Mampanza said, why are hey gcwalisa, Tshepo gcwalisa itafule. Mama uyaziza ukuthi you are at a point where you can't even take yourself home. But for the fact hore Tshepo ugcwalisa itafule ngamashampopo, you just want. And guys, do you know the bubbles? Okay, let me not go into teaching, guys. We will have a topic where we will analyze alcohol, where we will analyze uguti. Nomsa, you cannot be drunk from amarula. Amarula is an aperitif. You only have a thought. You only have a thought. Ye amarula. Chaka, so that evily appetite. And then you start with your starter. You start with your salmon. You eat your salmon. While you are done with your salmon, you know the next main course, it's beef. As the beef is coming, ask for a red wine, Merlot, Cabernet Sauvignon, whatever is your preference, with a glass of water. Now, that's why when Nomsa, you are like a prune. Because as you are taking this alcohol, you are not drinking water. That's why in the black society, there is a lot of that liver failure. Because you tell us so much alcohol that you are not diluting it. Like a prune, yes, Stompy. Like a grape, like a raisin. That's why you see raisins going down the streets of Davidton, of Tembisa, because they do not hydrate. Now, we are going to close because let us close, woman of God.
What I can say is parents are the first role models
Yeah.
of every child that they are raising. So whatever you say, whatever you do, the kids will take it as right, whether it's wrong or good. They will take it and it will last forever. That is the problem about it. So when when your mother told you an advice, you run with it because your mother told you about that. So it is best to be responsible when you introduce something to your kids. Make sure that it is something that you would like it to last forever. It will be something that will build them. It will be something that will make them to be responsible also, because we are raising people who should be the greatest more than even us. So whatever that you introduce to your kids, make sure that it is the best one, because it might backfire. Thank you so much.
I hear you, Mampanza, and I think your point is when I introduce Guye, one day this child is gonna come back to you and say, "But Mama, I was sitting down and drinking with you." I hear your point, Mampanza. And I think that is where you are coming in, because Husani Mwana o utlore as kitsiba Hennis, Mama, Niki Nwalwen. Tsepo, as I wrap up today's conversation, and believe me, it was a beautiful session indeed. I want to say, you want to sit and have a glass of wine with your child. Congratulations. You don't want to sit and have a glass of wine with your child. Congratulations. She will learn outside. Now, one way or another, whether you teach them in your house or you teach them outside, they are children. They are inquisitive beings. They are going to find out anyway. Would you like them to find out from you? Or would you like them to find out from Tep? Or would you like them to find out from peers? Now the ball is in your court, parents. When it comes to this one, believe me, there is no right or wrong. But what you do in your house, congratulations. There is something that I say every day when I close my lives. I say, Surround yourself with people who love you. Surround yourself with people who see potential in you. Surround yourself with people who see positivity in you. Because 2024 is going to be a rough year. 2024 is going to show you flames. Mara, if you have the right people in your corner, you have people who genuinely love you, it's going to be an easier ride. And remember to pray. Remember to dedicate all your plans. Dedicate your plans unto someone who knows your tomorrow. As I sign off, I say love, peace, and happiness.